Greetings, LarpCraftians. This is our tenant and Billy here. We are going to be talking about the Forge tutorial. Billy put together a nice tutorial here. We will also have this available as a PowerPoint in the scrolls a little bit later on. We'll show you how to do that. So what we're looking at here on the first page of the presentation is the Foam Forge with lights in it that you can use to simulate a full-on fire without actually using fire. Is that correct, Billy?
Yes, yeah. I used little tea lights to simulate the fire, along with some red cellophane and foam. Basically, it's blue camp foam as far as the light rock goes.
Okay, moving on to the second page here. So the tools and materials that are needed: two 18-gallon Sterilite tubs with basket insert. Those are available at just about any box store. Closed cell foam, so the blue camp pad is preferred due to its coarse texture. One sheet of red pink cellophane, DAP, duct tape, battery operated tea lights, X-Acto knife, wood burning kit, 2 yards of material, rope to use for drawstring, acrylic paints, black, dark gray, light gray, and white. So the base construction here, you're putting two totes on top of each other and the tea lights in the basket, right?
Yes.
And then, go ahead.
No, that's the basic construction. That's the basic, your base construction is basically the two tubs, which also are great for storage.
Right, so you can, sure, so if you're going to bring your LARP gear, you could just put your stuff in this LARP gear and then it doubles as a prop when you're done or when you're in the game. That's awesome.
Yep.
So then the Pedestal Shroud, basically this is explain to us what this is.
The Pedestal Shroud is like 2 yards of material, and the top part is basically got a drawstring in it, like a pair of gym shorts or a pair of sweats that fits over the top of the two tubs, and then you pull the drawstring to where it's basically taut at the top to where it keeps it in place. Otherwise, it falls around the shroud like a dress, or it falls around the containers like a dress. So that's what the shroud is basically to do. It gives you your basic structure.
Sure.
We've thought about using foam, like little foam pads to make it look like bricks on the outside, but hadn't quite got around to it yet.
Yeah, I would think you could also probably sponge paint on some texture on there to give it that stone look. You could also probably just paint on, it depends on how good you are. You could airbrush or paint on. But that sponging technique would probably be a pretty easy way to make a stone texture without having too much skill, really.
Yeah.
So then you take the camp pad and you start to create the fire pit.
Mm-hmm.
So you first take the blue camp pad and cut it so it fits within the Sterilite basin insert. Add 4 layers of foam, so that's needed for the pit. This process will need to be repeated 3 or more times. So you're building up a base is what you're doing. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, okay. I basically made 4 big rectangles and took 3 of them and cut them out to try to have room for the tea lights.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah.
So then the tea lights are fairly close to the top to produce the lighting effect?
Yeah. Yeah, they're within centimeters of touching the cellophane. The good thing about tea lights is they don't get hot.
Right.
So you're not going to melt the cellophane.
And then you dap these layers together, wrap them in cellophane, and then that creates your fire effect with the tea lights in it.
Mm-hmm.
So then putting on the face, explain to us how we do the fire pit insert.
As far as the
top part.
The top part, basically I took the blue foam and I took my hot knife and I drew a bunch of rock, basically. And then I went back over with my X-Acto knife, cut out certain pieces of it to where the tea lights and the cellophane would shine through it.
Okay.
After that, I took black. I basically took a black acrylic and I brushed it from the center out and covered the entire thing black. And then as I layered it with the dark gray, light gray, and white, I went less and less to where it had that effect where it looked like it was an embered fire or
Okay.
hot coal.
Sure, sure. Yeah, it's very easy to see on the pictures on how you did that. And then on the final part, you just wrap the shroud over the Sterilite containers, tighten the drawstring down, and turn everything on and ready to go, huh?
Yep, that's it.
So that's kind of how you make a fake forge without actually burning the crap out of whatever you're trying to do. If you're using real flame, which is not advised when you're using theatrical foam weapons and that kind of thing. But a forge is definitely needed for a lot of the blacksmithing, weaponsmithing, armor smith, or anything that has to do with smithing pretty much could benefit from a nice forge like this. So about how long did it take you to do this?
It took me about a month of construction to actually get it down, but of course, a lot of it was trial and error.
Right.
I was trying to figure out how to work it, and finally came up with this concept. After I got the final concept, it took me about a week, because all it was basically whenever I had time.
Sure, sure. If you had to go from start to finish, you could probably do this now in a few hours, huh?
Probably, yeah. It wouldn't take long. The hardest part, of course, is waiting for the paint to dry.
Right. Okay. Well, there's more tutorials available on the How to LARP section of the scrolls, and we'll post it in the videos. Thank you very much, Billy, and look forward to seeing more of your crafting.
Thank you.